channel
It
too,
is. It is. It's on the EFM page in the channel. Do you know if Elvis had any type of romance with Joanna Moore from Follow That Dream?
No.
No. I don't think so.
Okay.
You have to say it like that.
I mean, no, I don't think so.
But she was nice.
She was nice. She just...
But no, I don't think they had any kind of...
I didn't mean it like that.
After the movie, I never saw her again. What do you mean? What do you mean? What
She
I
said
mean?
I didn't mean it like that. Okay.
She was a nice...
This is...
Nice person, yeah. No doubt about it. But,
I was
he
noted...
had more, to do with Ann Helm than he did, Joanna Moore.
He never got you and Ann mixed up, did he?
Real funny. Well, that spot don't wind up. I'll fix to choke her. Or she'll choke me, one of the two. No, yeah, he did one time.
Well...
He was steady going like that, and I don't know what he meant.
And balloons, I hope he only popped your balloon.
Pop my bubble.
Popped your bubble.
Alright. This is one that someone did send in on the YouTube channel. So it's a huge question. So, to ask you, and it's kind of a lump, but it explains it. It says, Billy, you already said how Elvis felt about Priscilla and regarding getting back with her. All of a sudden, and I feel like it might be, the PR that Priscilla has hired to reshape her damaged image after
the BS.
the last year and all the burial and all that. She's just trying to maybe revamp her image. But it says recently, J.D. Sumner is being quoted from his 100-page book that Elvis told him before he died that he didn't love Ginger, he didn't mean to marry her, and he was only saying that to try to get Priscilla jealous so that they could get back together because he wanted to remarry Priscilla. It says, oddly, in the divorce deposition documents, Elvis stated that Priscilla had had a fight with Mike Stone in Hawaii and had changed her mind about the divorce, asking Elvis to take her back, but Elvis said no, he would not. It says also Vernon said in 78 that Elvis was engaged to Ginger, but he had told him that with Ginger, he had finally found love that he was searching for, and only God knew when he would get married. Can you clarify? Do you feel like, did Elvis ever mention he wanted to remarry Priscilla? Do you think he wanted to get back with her?
I don't think he would have gotten back with Priscilla.
Okay.
I really don't.
So you don't feel like
I know he
used
still
Ginger.
cared about her, but,
Okay.
the most that, that between Priscilla and Elvis was natural was Lisa,
Lisa.
And that tied them together,
You think if it hadn't been Lisa, once they were done, they would have
been done,
would have
yes.
been done.
Mm-hmm. That would have been it.
I think that he wouldn't have, after he knew somebody had already been with somebody else, I can't see Elvis getting back with him.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't think that he used Ginger as a jealousy ploy to get Priscilla back after all that time?
No. Ginger was, much younger than Priscilla, and Ginger was a really pretty girl. I don't remember him ever saying anything. Maybe you and he had more of the, intimate, confidential talks and all that, but I don't remember him ever saying anything about getting back with Priscilla.
No. No, that wasn't going to happen. At least from what he told me.
Yeah.
And of course, he could have been telling me one thing and, something else.
Yeah,
I don't know. I can only go by what Elvis said and what he told me.
But he was, after they divorced, to me, he was more relaxed and almost like relieved or something. He didn't answer, he didn't have to, of course he didn't answer to anybody anyway, but I mean he made comments, about things he was going to do now that, Priscilla was gone, things he couldn't do before. and things like that. Things that he would get us, or give us at Christmas and stuff like that. It would say, Priscilla, she wasn't real fond of, spending the money on anybody or anything like that. And
all right, here we go.
Here we go.
I am just flipping through. I think we've got... Oh, here's one. This is going to be probably one of our last... This is our last question. Yeah, we've made it. We've made it all the way through. All right. At Graceland on display is Elvis's wallet along with an insurance card, and there's a ripped corner of a money bill, like I guess maybe from a, I don't want to say dollar bill, $100 bill, something. It's like a ripped corner, but it's in the wallet. Do you know if there was a significant reason that he had would have had a corner of a money bill in his wallet?
No, not unless it was the first dollar
That's
he ever
what I was
made.
going to say.
You know?
A lot of people
Right.
did that,
But outside that, I mean, I would go get his wallet sometimes, but I never went through his wallet.
Right.
Nobody else better had to know about it, because
no, that's just something you didn't do.
you didn't do. That
Right.
was his.
Well,
you know.
man,
He
disrespectful.
would.
But I don't know anything about that. I don't,
What kind of wallet did he carry? Was it like a billfold type wallet?
Yeah, billfold type wallet.
Like a leather?
Mm-hmm. Fold over, you know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm. Like a short one.
Mm-hmm.
A short. Because some are tall, like the checkbook style.
No.
He
this
didn't
was
like to
just
carry
short.
stuff like that. Usually
He never carried one
Himself.
in his
pocket.
pocket or anything. Always kept it, Most of the time he kept it in his
Case.
cases.
Like a suitcase?
No,
No,
it's like a
had
little
a little case.
metal. I mean, yeah, it
Leather.
was metal, but it was covered in
Leather.
leather. It was black.
It
Where would
usually
he
They
have
called
that?
it a makeup case, but he kept his
other
some of
stuff
his
in it.
rings and
Like
his
in the
billfold.
car or something if he
Well,
went
No,
sometimes
no, it
one of the
had a
guys
little
would
handle
carry
on
it.
it.
Sometimes he
black
carried
down,
it.
He carried it. Gosh, there's pictures out with it. He kept
Yeah.
that sucker.
There's pictures
From
of y'all
every-
carrying
yeah.
it too.
Yeah, all the way back from, gosh, I know 1962, and maybe before then.
Well, where did he have, like, maybe his cash or his credit cards or whatever he used to, like, when y'all went shopping to buy and he bought something or he spent money on
He
something?
didn't pay for it. He would say,
Bill it.
bill
you
it
know.
to the office, and like one of the guys would
He'd sign,
set
yeah.
that up. He signed for. Yeah, he signed for it.
Okay.
But-
and then whoever, like,
His
Vernon
daddy would get the bill
or whoever
at
was
the
working in the
office.
office.
Now he had credit cards.
Yeah,
but
he had a American Express card.
Yeah.
And,
most of the time one of the guys carried it for him.
Did his daddy ever question any of his, like,
Oh yeah.
have the nerve to question his purchases?
who Elvis?
Vernon.
Vernon. He questioned
Well,
people.
yeah, he would ask him, son, did you get this, or is this bought? You signed for this, and
Yeah.
yeah, he had to, I mean, that was part of his.
Yeah, you can
his-
understand that.
his-
because
I mean, he would
his
just ask,
billing.
he would
He
just
took care
question.
of all the.
He had a lot of credit cards that were out, and the guys would not take advantage and use them, but or use his cash. Well, a couple would, but used it. They called it expense money, and it was sometimes
It
for
was
their
personal.
own expense. I shouldn't say that.
You should say that now.
Well, you didn't say any names.
I know, and but
I mean, truth's truth.
it wasn't like
Hundreds and
hundreds of
hundreds.
dollars. It was maybe like 20 or something like that or whatever. But it was usually for a good cause, like a hamburger or some gas or something. Whatever.
But yeah, he had charge cards, but they were kept like in his wallet.
Yeah, and
You put it away.
he trusted the people that had them.
Okay.
They
Well, he knew
they had to
his
have
daddy.
receipts.
He knew his daddy bill come in that he didn't, you know,
That was
and
suspicious.
suspicious. You know, he had asked Elvis, and if Elvis didn't know about it, somebody was in some big time
Yeah,
trouble.
and-
And that's the ones who carried the credit cards.
Yeah.
So it was, you know, he could keep up pretty good with it.
Right.
That way.
And I can remember them always turning in receipts.
Yeah.
They always turned
Had
in
it.
receipts.
Especially stuff that was bought in California.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You know, because that was Joe and Marty's job. They kept up with that pretty
Joe
good.
and Marty kept up with it, like,
Yeah.
and then they turned it into Vernon, didn't they?
Yeah.
Then,
Oh, like when they were out in California, and
Yeah.
then when they come back to
Yeah,
Memphis,
if they
Yeah.
had bought anything out there,
they would
you know,
have to
and
turn
all.
in like expense reports.
Yeah.
and
yeah,
Gotcha.
they kept up with everything.
Like the motorcycles he bought all at one time.
How many?
I bet Uncle Vernon just about choked. You
I
got
know.
that bill? What?
It was somebody said Larry was saying, read a thing that he was saying he bought everybody. They unloaded Harley Davidsons. It was not Harley Davidsons. It was Triumphs.
650 Triumph Bonneville's.
The
how
Harley
many did you
Davidsons.
say
From
he
Robinson
purchased?
Motors, huh?
How many did you say he purchased that day?
I think it was,
Larry
I'm not
said
sure,
it was.
10 or 12, I don't know.
Larry had said it was 12, and that he gave.
But I was thinking more 10.
Yeah, I don't remember this, but I'm not disputing what Larry said. I'm just saying I don't remember it because I was there when y'all got them.
Mm-hmm.
And Larry said there was a boy about 16 outside the gate, and Elvis had ordered them and had one left over. And he gave it. He told that boy to come over there, and he said, do you have a bike?" And he said, "No," and he gave it to that boy. I don't remember that.
Here's the reason I don't buy that, and I don't mean to, you know, to...
He knew who was getting what.
Yeah,
Each-
to, you know, put Larry down and all. But, you know, even then, at the age of 16, you don't give a 16-year-old a motorcycle.
Mm-mm.
I mean, if something happened, you know, even back then, if something happened, you know, you had one hell of a lawsuit on your hands.
Right.
Even, especially if it was Elvis that gave it to you.
Right.
So, you know, I
I
And
was
he
thinking-
had to be mindful. I mean, he mindful of things that, before he did something, was he mindful in, I could be sued for this
yeah,
or
if
that
it was
or that.
something
Yeah,
like
something
that,
like
yeah,
that.
you know. Elvis done mostly good things, you know,
Right.
like picking up a hitchhiker one time, you know, in Arizona, and buying him he was headed home somewhere up north. I'm not sure exactly where, but Elvis
Couldn't have
bought
a
him,
hitchhiker.
gave him money and bought him a plane ticket, and you know, so I mean, Elvis done things like
That's
that.
He
how
did
he
good
was.
things
That's how
from
he
the
was,
heart.
yeah.
Elvis would get involved in like they were going. I think y'all were going out there, and he saw somebody fall out of a window of a car.
Out of a car, yeah.
Yeah, and they were on the bus, and the kid fell out, and he stopped, and they went and took the kid to the hospital.
Mhm.
So I mean, he was just like that. He
And
anytime.
like that boy here in, I knew him. His name was Doris. The last name was Doris.
Was it
and he-
Ricky?
No, it was
His brother?
Wally Doris.
Wally.
And Wally Doris, yeah. And he had a motorcycle wreck, and Elvis happened to be coming by, and he stopped, you know, and helped him, asked him, he said, "You okay?" and all that. Of course, it scratched him up and, you know, harmed his bike, but it didn't, you know, didn't send him to the hospital. But Elvis was ready to carry him, you know, and that's how he was, you know.
It was like that, but I remember anything that was dramatic or something that was, you know, he was going to be there. I remember they had at Red and Pat's house, they wanted to have a birthday party for Elvis, and you know, if Elvis wanted to, he'd come. If he didn't care who, he wouldn't
He didn't
come.
care if
They'd
it was
say,
his
"We're okay, we're having a birthday." So they
And Red had, you know, he had planned it and got us all involved.
We
in
all
it,
had
you
gone
know. We
over
all
there.
had, you know, had gone, and of course, you know, he wanted it to be a surprise birthday party, and he didn't know how to get get Elvis over there without knowing it. So he had one of the guys call and said, that Red had been shot in the leg.
In the foot, remember?
In the foot, right. Right.
And
of course,
Elvis, he
Elvis,
wrapped it up and put ketchup all over his foot.
But anyway, Elvis, he got up and he come
Here
over.
he come. The flashlight. Where?
Yeah.
I bet he was disappointed, kind of, that nobody was shot and it was a party.
Yeah.
I know one time they were trying to get him to have a New Year's Eve party, and he said, I don't really want to. I'm not up for it this year. So he said, I'm going to bed. So Marty decided he'd have one at his house. So everybody went to Marty's house, and it was about, an hour? Mm-hmm. We heard somebody at the door, and it was Elvis.
He wanted to know why
nobody invited me to the party. Marty said, well, you said you were wanted to go to bed and be left alone. And,
he was comical.
He was.
All right, I got one last question.
Fire away,
this will do it. Did Red, Sonny, and Dave Hebler attend Elvis's funeral?
No.
They did not. No. Okay. And that was, somebody said they've answered it before and it's no, but this person asked if y'all would answer it again, for them.
No.
No, they did not.
They were not there.
No.
And that was because of the book?
Yeah, I'm sure, and because of them being fired, and I don't think Vernon would have welcomed them.
Right.
In fact, I don't know, how any of the guys would have felt at that time. That was shortly after their book came out.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. No, the book hadn't come out yet.
That's right.
Elvis had gotten the excerpts or something of some of the stuff that was in the book.
Yeah. But I knew that...
so he knew about the book.
Oh, yes,
yeah.
When he called Red, and he was, asking him, please don't do
Elvis,
this.
Red taped him.
Yeah.
Red taped his call.
But anyway, that's they weren't there.
No, none of them. Okay. Not one of them were there.
Well,
I guess that's it, folks. It's over the past 6 weeks. We've done questions. I'll put up another post coming up.
Keep them coming.
For more questions, and if it's one you want answered, even if you think it might have been answered before, go ahead and ask it again. If you have any special shout outs you would like, or birthdays or anything, send those in to me too. I'll put up another post on Facebook before long. But that's it
and
for
get
now.
Them all ready for August, too.
Get them ready for August. Let me know if you need tickets. We'll still have seats available. Message me on that. But if y'all don't have anything more, that's all.
Well,
all I've got tonight.
I mean, we could go on, but got to cut it off sometimes. And I don't want to be dramatic, but my knee's kind of hurting a little bit.
Right. So... Well, we've done good. Tonight we've recorded, by the time this one's posted, you'll have seen 5 other videos, so we did 6.
And we welcome your questions, and we'll be happy to answer them. And just know, like we say, we love all the Elvis fans, and what do we say?
Elvis fans matter. Bye.
Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Thanks for watching.